Karlissa gets into a heated debate with her father about Blueface and Chrisean behavior.
I'm gonna show. Oh, I need one of your young pictures. My daddy was fine, y'all. And don't y'all start. Oh, she wanted to sleep with her daddy too. They used to say I want to sleep with Blue. Then my mom used to say that about you and your mom, though. Remember?
You can tell them that I slept.
My mama used to say that about you and your mama. Oh my God! I wonder why Chrisean made that up.
I slept with my mother until she died.
Not that kind of sleep with her dad. They
saying sleep.
No, they're not talking. See, Dad, you gotta listen.
No, they gotta listen.
No, they're talking about.
But then say what you're talking about. But you know what? It makes you feel so low and degenerate, so you cut the word.
I know you think that's what they meant, but they
the person
meant
saying sleep. The person saying sleep, his spirit is so low that they know.
So when my mom said you was probably having sex with your mom, what was she meaning?
She say the words.
She said you and your mom was too close.
Yes. Well, yeah.
But her hypothetical was like y'all was.
No, that wasn't what her hypothetical was. Her hypothetical was son this, son that, son this, son that. My mother fed me. I did not take a bottle.
I ain't feed nobody, so I don't relate to you.
You don't even know the depth.
So what are you trying to say? I wasn't close to my kids because I didn't feed them?
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm telling you about my life and my.
You don't know if you was fat or not.
I know. I watched my mother feed all the way down to Andre, Robbie, Lloyd, Gene, and everybody. Wasn't no bottles.
Y'all didn't have the stuff that we had. We had pumps and all kinds of stuff. We didn't have to put latch. We had to work. Your mama never worked.
We was lucky.
Your mama never worked. I had to work.
My mother worked for me on my job. We were lucky.
Yes, but she did not have to work she was a housewife. We don't have that anymore.
Yes, you do.
No, we don't.
Oh yeah, they still exist.
Dad, I worked every single day, and you know it that I had my kids.
Listen, you worked every single day because you got the kind of to where you had to work.
Well, what kind of was I supposed to get?
The one that pay you to stay home.
Dad,
I know some very successful.
Them type of niggas try to tell you what to do every 5 minutes.
Them type of sit down and sit where you tell them to.
No, they don't. Them rich that be acting a fool.
Listen to what I'm saying.
When you was taking care of my mom, you was trying to tell her what to do too much too. No, then when you wasn't working and she had to work, then you had to
listen. I didn't come home sometimes for 2 or 3 days.
That's what I'm saying.
Mother was doing. I had no rules.
That's because guys with money do that. I don't. Them rich. I like a man that I have to grow with financially. I don't want somebody that got money to just tell me shut up, sit down when I don't want to. When I gotta.
Yep. Well, that's what I said again. Every man is not the same. Trust me, I know some big time hey. Everything is not the same, but you can't define a person. So if they want to define.
See, our parents be forgetting what we've been through, huh? We don't get no passes.
I ain't getting none. I say after the first time you birth a child, you have no right to blame nothing on anybody else before God.
After you have a child?
That's right.
I didn't.
Did
I not carry my load?
I'm not accusing you. I'm talking. I'm saying.
Was I not there for my kids every step of the goddamn way?
Listen, I'm not saying. I'm talking worldly, not to you specifically. So I'm saying people who want to say something about what their mama did, what their daddy did, after you had a child, you no longer allowed to lean on that crutch. Like Andre, you have no right to lean on that crutch. You have a child now. You gonna tell your child you can't eat because my mama treated me bad?
I'm feeling you on that one. Because I could never look at none of my kids and say, we ain't got nothing to eat because my mama and my daddy didn't do me good.
Who can do that to the
Some people do it.
Oh, yeah, the devil's out there, for sure. We live on a world where he exists.
I ain't got no money because my mama and my daddy didn't raise me right. I can't find a job because my mama did this to me.
I'm doing because I grew up in a house.
Well, most kids that grew up in a house don't turn out to do drugs. The kids, like my friends that got on drugs, their moms didn't do
that is in his skin.
Us who saw drugs and what it done to our parents, we the last ones to try it.
Shit. Well,
I ain't never tried no because the way my mom went out, and Whitney Houston, honey, I was scared. I said, they will not hem me up like that. Hell, I was scared of.
Well, that's where we are. So I mean.
She said, "Oh, God bless him. Let him be old and comfortable without his teeth." Not when we go to court and the tabloid people there. The tabloid people done him my daddy up in the corner, got him over there answering questions because
You're not.
Because me and him was arguing at the court because he asking me questions that I do not know. My son is rich. My son has his own lawyer. I don't have the lawyer, so I don't know everything.
You're not phrasing it right. They're answering questions. I'm the lawyer. I'm asking questions.
Well, then why you come back asking me questions that they asked you? You didn't know nothing about that.
I'm the lawyer, and I'm asking you questions.
I'm going to hear if they caught you up or not. I'm going to hear.
No, you're not going to hear. Only thing we're going to hear from God is if this mother and father's going to get rehab for our grandchild, or they're going to make them live in a world of hell.
Dad, Chrisean and Blue is not on drugs, Dad.
You said, I say anything, whether it's food,
I with them.
alcohol.
I never saw either one of them do no drugs.
You're telling me that my grandson, with videotapes blurring, is firing a weapon, out here looking like somebody don't...
Dad, you know John is not an aggressive person, but if you come at John's going to come back at you. But John is not John has never been an aggressive person.
A therapist.
That's not a motherly point of view. I know him. He's not an aggressive person. He's only going to come if he feels entitled to his respect.
You're not a counselor. You're not a therapist. And the only person who's going to tell us what's going on is a counselor or a therapy in this boy's life.
So you want him to go to rehab even though they ain't on...
I want him to go to counseling and beat the case. Because, how is she going to tell the judge you knocked somebody?
I just don't understand why you would want me to go to counseling if I don't do drugs. Like, what am I going to get out of that?
If I pull it up here, it's going to show you when people get released a year early from prison who never even smoked just because they want to go to counseling. It'll take a year off your sentencing.
Oh, okay. So you saying just in case.
That's right. I'm a big time drug dealer. Ain't touched a drug before, and then went through the program and got out early.
I tried the breastfeeding, girl. All of them bit me. I was not the one. I didn't have time for that. I had to get out and work. Everybody bit me. They didn't even have teeth, and they was biting me.
Yep. I bit mine too.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We had other stuff. We can put the milk in a bottle. I gave them 2 weeks of the nutrition that they needed from the pump, and after that, we didn't pump no more. I probably wasn't even breastfed. Was I breastfed? Hell no.
I bet you was for probably the first few weeks, maybe till 6.
I bet you I wasn't.
Asked her.
Dad, somebody said a prostitute having a conversation. See, this the type of stuff I'm telling you that I need you to be prepared for. They said a prostitute is having a conversation. You the and I'm the prostitute. We having a conversation. And I ain't never sold no in my life.
And so what I want your response to be is, so what's your problem with how a man make his money?
Oh, he said, what your problem is? You a pimp?
I just responded to the person. I'm not gonna go into my life still, but you're close.
He said, "What's the matter? Wait, what's the question?
What's the problem with how a man makes his money?
What's the problem how a man makes his money?" And I ain't never sold no in my life. Didn't you just hear my daddy say I pick men that we both gotta go to work? I ain't never not been home with with a non-working man. So I don't know what he mean by that. But we both had to work in all my relationships. We all had to work. Well, except Mrs. Saffold, I ain't had to work too much. But before that, in my younger days, me and my man had to work to make sure that the ends was met. Neither one of us didn't sit at home. You know what I'm saying?
I guess.
She wasn't cute as Grandma Nelly, but she was, cute for your mom.
I guess.
I mean, Sexyy Red is cute, but she ain't like Sexyy Red is cute, but she ain't like cute like Megan Thee Stallion cute.
I don't know who you talking about, Sexyy Red.
Yeah, you don't know who Sexyy Red is?
Mm-mm.
You gotta be kidding me. She like the hottest rapper in the game right now, to me. She could just say anything, and it's like her voice and her vibe.
Yeah.
She could just be like, I said your ain't shit, and it'll just be funny and it'll be cute. She one of them.
Why is this so stupid?
She say like, what do Sexyy Red say that my dad might know?
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Names like Grandma Nelly, and his mom's name is Grandma Bessie. So I got Grandma Nelly and Grandma Bessie. They was both great grandmas. They both stood in the gap for my parents and did an awesome job with me. I love them dearly. I had the best grandparents in the world. Now, my mama didn't like my daddy's mama. So this is starting to be like a genetic thing. Chrisean don't like me. My mama didn't like my grandmama. It just be like that sometimes. But my daddy and my Grandma Nelly was like besties. Like you got along good with my mama. But she didn't like your mama too much. Why she didn't like your mama?
I don't know who you talking about.
Why my mama don't like your mama?
Why your mother? Because I just told you. Because the relationship started after you was born. Up until the time we moved to California, you really lived on Bracefield.
Also, she didn't like that the kids liked
Never
the grandma
wanted
more.
to go home, and when I left, you got in the car
So she
with
took
me.
that personal. I would be glad if my kids liked the grandma more.
Well, you would be if it's like with Keisha and Cynthia, or with KK and Nick.
Oh, so like if Callie was closer with my mom, would I be irritated? I would probably be irritated.
No, that's not. It's a.
If Callie was to choose my mom over me, I'll be irritated.
Now, a woman who daughter have kids have a closer relationship with those kids because that's their daughter's child. A woman who has kids by somebody like Katie or whatever the baby mama is.
Katie don't like me that much neither, but she loves me.
Because she wants her children to graduate to her mother the same way Keisha wants her kids over Cynthia's. And Cynthia
The same way Callie want her kids over here with me.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? And that's just a mama.
Because my mom didn't like your mom that much.
I don't know how she felt about my mother at all.
But her mom liked you though.
I never had any problems with anybody, not even with your mom until
my mom did not like you at all.
What do you mean?
She did not like you.
Yeah,
you know
right.
she didn't like you.
Yeah, right. Couldn't tell me that when she was down there fighting Tootie.
I mean, I don't feel like you and Blue didn't get along that much either. I feel like you and Blue was arguing all the time. Yeah.
I carried Jonathan around, changed his pampers, changed his shitty ass. The only thing happened to me and Jonathan when we was coming back from visiting Andre and he was going into the rap world and he was rapping, motherfucker this, motherfucker driving up in the mountains. And I said, Karlissa, could you please tell him to stop? And he just wouldn't stop. You pulled the car over the side of the road.
He was trying to get his creative juices flowing at that time. He was trying to be a rapper.
Grandfather listening to all this cursing.
But you listen to Sexyy Red. Get it sexy.
No.
Get it sexy. Boy, you like that ass super fat. I seen you in the club bobbing to it, Dad.
You was asking me about me and Jonathan.
I know. I was asking you about Jonathan, but it's okay for other people to rap, but when John rapped, you felt some type of way.
At that time, in his age, I was scared when we already lost Andre. Now here it is, he coming fast. We leaving the penitentiary, and he's into his thing, and I'm still, these are my kids.
So why y'all put me in the middle of it? I did tell him to stop doing the rapping while we was driving, and
but
you still...
But he was at that age just like Stefan got. Just much man as you, Dad. And that's my mama.
So yeah, him and John got to arguing one time on the way home from the visit. So they been y'all been happy still, but y'all
he's been a man.
Yeah, but
now.
y'all been funny acting towards each other since that day.
Now when we see each other, he became a man.
So my dad told him to stop doing the rap lyrics. On the way home, it was a 9-hour prison ride. You know, John trying to do the rap lyrics. My dad told him to stop doing the rap lyrics so loud in the car. I don't think he was cussing or nothing, was he?
That's what rappers do.
He wasn't cussing in the car with me in the car though.
Karlissa, I had to ride in the car with you, talking about. Remember when y'all first started him up to the ceiling or something? That was a generation of shit.
Him up to the ceiling. That's what he was saying.
That's what I got in your car one day when you was 17 years old and you was playing in your music thing. I can't think of.
Oh, so you saying like the mothers our age, we used to that because we've been hearing that.
Because that's
so it don't sound bad when other people do it.
Right, and so when me and John was going through our thing, it's gonna get deeper than that. After me and you, I saw you and him was gonna double team me.
We was not finna double team you.
You don't know what a nigga look like. I told man about Barbie and DJ.
He said me and John was finna double team him. Dad, why is you lying? That's about bad as my mom saying me and Johnny jumped her. I would never let one of my kids put their hands on you.
I got John out of the car. I got you out of the car. He stayed in the car. We went to the McDonald's. I got on the phone with his daddy and called his daddy all kind of and everything else, and said the only reason I don't whoop his ass because he got.
You did call his dad, so yes, that might have been the trigger.
No.
Because even though John daddy ain't much of nothing, he love his daddy.
He supposed to.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you called his daddy dad, that's what happened.
Listen, it's better than busting his teeth out. And if I would have busted his teeth out,
but if somebody call your dad, how you think they gonna?
He disrespected me.
Anyway, him and John got into it, and then he told John,
I'm going to see this man.
This my daughter, and then John told him, this my mama, and then they was about to act like they was going to rock him, sock him. I don't know what they was doing.
What happened was,
but you called his dad.
He needed his father to be a man and say, son, that is your grandfather. Whatever he's telling you, I'm not going to override it. He had an opportunity to be a man that day to his son. Because when I called Johnny's daddy and told her, I done whooped everybody's ass here but yours, how you want to handle it? He told me, I'll handle it when she get back. I never gave Johnny some whooping.
Oh, so you saying you called their dad to ask them to whoop their ass first?
Yes, to tell them.
And when they didn't cooperate, what happened?
You allowed them to disrespect their grandfather. Who allows their child to disrespect their grandfather?
So you saying before I whoop my grandkids, I need to call their mama and their daddy first?
If they come out of Johnny's.
So if they came out of Johnny's ass, I could whoop them?
their ass, and them came out of yours.
So the other kids ain't really mine.
Well, they're yours, but...
Their mama's gonna come whip my ass.
Well, no.
If I whoop their ass.
No. You're gonna draw a line to say your mother and them live that way over here, and we don't live that way over here. So now you have to make a decision. See, it's like, hey, if you stay over here and get your ass whooped, you wanna go on over there or not? But over here, everybody get their ass whooped. So now you can go home or go on over grandma's other house. But and you look around, hey, they all up in my arms, crawling on like Ezekiel. He all up here, you can't tell he don't love me. But when I went up to the school and I asked the principal, can I just take him home for 15 minutes? And she said, you a whooping his ass? I said, yes, just take him home for 15 minutes. I took him to the house, beat his ass, took him back to the school. He come in there with the principal, right?
I tried that with Andre. They'll take you to jail if you whoop somebody's ass.
Listen, unless you know the teacher person, because what she said, Mr. Harvey, you got two choices. I'm going to suspend him, or you're going to come and get him. I don't want to know what you do. And
you might get some teachers like that.
I was lucky. And you know
But
what?
I don't.
And you know what she told me?
I have whooped Javon and I have whooped Carter before, and I don't think their parents would have said anything. I don't think Jaden or Callie was gonna say something about me having.
Well, you know, it's different with a man child.
Because you have to, when you whoop them, you just have to put them on. You have to hit them on the.
You're not gonna put your hands.
You can't
on
whoop them
one.
how y'all used to
You're
whoop
not gonna
us.
whoop none of mine. Period. Call me over there and I whoop their ass right in front of you.
So you didn't let nobody whoop us?
Hell no.
That's probably bad as hell because you didn't let nobody whoop us.
Thanks for tuning in to 9 Mag TV.